What if I told you that the most powerful skill in human connection isn't what you say, it's what you don't? Most people think they're good listeners. They're not. And it's costing them relationships, opportunities, and genuine connection every single day. Think about the last conversation you had. Were you truly present, or were you waiting for your turn to speak? Today, I'm going to show you the 4 levels of listening, reveal 5 mistakes that silently destroy connection, and teach you 7 techniques that will make anyone feel truly heard. This isn't just about being polite. This is about becoming someone people trust, confide in, and remember. Here's a truth that might sting. You're probably not as good a listener as you think you are. Studies show the average person retains only 25 to 50% of what they hear in a conversation. Half of what someone tells you, gone. Just like that. So what's happening? Where does it all go? First, we're thinking about what to say next. While they're talking, we're rehearsing our response in our heads. Second, we're waiting to share our own story. Oh, that reminds me of when We're not listening, we're loading. Third, we're mentally judging or problem solving. Instead of understanding, we're evaluating. And fourth, our phones, our beautiful, terrible phones. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. We've trained ourselves to have the attention span of a notification. Here's what's heartbreaking about this. The people in your life can feel it. Your partner knows when you're half present. Your kids notice when you're distracted. Your friends sense when you're waiting to talk. They might not say anything, but they feel it, and slowly they stop sharing the real stuff. Let me show you something that changed how I think about every conversation. There are 4 levels of listening, and most people are stuck on levels 1 and 2. Level 1, cosmetic listening. This is the pretend listener, the person who nods while thinking about what's for dinner. They say uh-huh on autopilot. Their eyes might be on you, but their mind is somewhere else entirely. Or worse, they're looking at their phone while you're pouring out your heart. We've all been this person, and we've all felt the emptiness of talking to one. Level 2, conversational listening. This is surface level engagement. You're paying attention, but only enough to find your entry point. You're listening for keywords that relate to your experience. Oh, you went to Italy. I went to Italy. Let me tell you about my trip. You're not having a conversation. You're having 2 monologues that occasionally intersect. The speaker becomes a trigger for your own stories. They feel like a stepping stone, not a destination. Level 3, active listening. Here's where it gets interesting. Level 3 is what most advice tells you to do. Maintain eye contact, ask follow-up questions, show you're engaged. And yes, this is better, much better. But here's the catch. You're still processing everything through your lens. You're asking questions to satisfy your curiosity. You're engaged, but you're still the center of your own attention. The speaker feels heard, but not quite understood. Something's still missing. Level 4, deep listening. This is the rare skill, the one that transforms relationships. Deep listening is full presence without agenda. You're not thinking about what to say next. You're not relating it to yourself. You're not trying to fix anything. You're simply there, completely there. At this level, you hear the feeling behind the words. You notice what they're not saying. You create space for them to discover their own thoughts they didn't even know they had. When someone experiences level 4 listening, something magical happens. They don't just feel heard, they feel seen. They walk away thinking, that person really gets me, and they'll remember that feeling forever. Most people never experience level 4 listening. Not from their friends, not from their family, sometimes not even from their therapist. Imagine being the person who gives that gift. Now let's get specific about what not to do. These are 5 listening mistakes that silently destroy connection, and I guarantee you've done at least 3 of them this week. Mistake number 1, the relate back hijack. Someone shares something vulnerable, and you immediately say, oh, that happened to me too. You think you're connecting. You're not. You're stealing their spotlight. Their moment becomes your stage. They were the star of their story. Now they're the audience for yours. What to do instead? Acknowledge their experience first. Stay with them. Their story deserves its full moment. Mistake number 2, the premature fix. Have you tried yoga? Have you talked to HR? Have you considered therapy? When someone shares a problem, our instinct is to solve it. But here's what they're often really saying. I don't need a solution. I need to feel understood. Jumping to fix mode sends an unintended message. Your problem is simple. Here's the obvious answer you missed. Sometimes the most powerful response is, that sounds really hard. Tell me more. Mistake number 3, the minimizer. At least it's not as bad as, well, look on the bright side. It could be worse. You're trying to help them feel better, but what they hear is, your pain isn't valid. Comparison doesn't comfort, it dismisses. Their struggle is their struggle. It doesn't need to be ranked against anyone else's. Mistake number 4, the interrogator. Why did you do that? What happened next? How did they react? Then what? Rapid-fire questions feel like curiosity, but they can feel like an interview or an investigation. The speaker becomes a witness giving testimony instead of a person sharing their heart. Slow down, one question, let them lead. Mistake number 5, the distracted pretender. This might be the most common and the most damaging. You're listening while glancing at your phone, checking the door, looking at who just walked in. You think you're being subtle, you're not. Every glance away says something else might be more interesting than you. Nothing kills connection faster than divided attention. Okay, enough about what not to do. Let's talk about what to do. Here are 7 techniques that will transform how you listen and how people experience you. Technique number 1, the 3-second pause. When someone finishes speaking, don't respond immediately. Wait 3 seconds. It feels like an eternity at first, but those 3 seconds do something remarkable. They give you time to actually absorb what was said. They show the speaker you're considering their words, not just reacting. And often they invite the speaker to continue, to share something deeper they were hesitating to say. Try it once, you'll feel the difference immediately. Technique number 2, reflect, don't react. Instead of responding with your thoughts, mirror their emotion back to them. It sounds like that really hurt you. You seem excited about this. That must have been frustrating. You're not solving anything. You're showing them they've been understood. This simple reflection often means more than any advice you could give. Technique number 3, ask what else. These might be the 2 most powerful words in deep listening. What else? Is there more? What else is on your mind? The first thing someone shares is rarely the real thing. It's the surface, the test. They're seeing if you're safe. When you ask what else, you're inviting them to go deeper, and they usually do. Technique number 4, notice the unsaid. Pay attention to what they're not telling you. Watch their body language, their pauses, the topics they skirt around. Sometimes the most important part of the conversation is the thing they almost said but didn't. You don't have to call it out, but noticing it changes how you listen. Technique number 5, put away all devices. This sounds obvious, it's not. I don't mean put your phone face down. I mean put it in another room, out of sight completely. The mere presence of a phone, even one that's silent, changes the quality of conversation. Studies show that just having a phone visible reduces feelings of closeness and trust. When you eliminate the option of distraction, you send a powerful message. You have all of me right now. Technique number 6, listen with curiosity, not judgment. This is a mindset shift. Instead of evaluating what you hear, that's good, that's bad, I agree, I disagree, get curious. Why do they see it that way? What experience led them here? What am I missing? Judgment closes doors. Curiosity opens them. Even when you disagree, especially when you disagree, choose curiosity. Technique number 7, summarize to show you heard. At the end of someone sharing something important, briefly reflect it back. So what I'm hearing is, it sounds like the main thing is, let me make sure I understood. This isn't parroting, it's proof of presence. It shows them that their words actually landed somewhere, that they weren't just speaking into the void. And if you got it wrong, even better, they'll correct you and you'll understand them more deeply. When you master deep listening, something shifts in your entire life. Your relationships deepen. People start telling you things they don't tell anyone else. Conflicts resolve faster because most fights aren't about the issue. They're about not feeling heard. Trust builds naturally. You don't have to earn it through grand gestures. Presence is enough. You become someone people confide in, the person they call when it really matters. And professionally, doors open, opportunities appear. Because in a world of distracted half-listeners, someone who truly pays attention is magnetic. The irony of deep listening is this: by making conversations less about you, you become more memorable. You become the person people want in the room, at the table, in their lives. So here's my challenge to you. In your next conversation, maybe today, maybe tonight, try just one thing. After they speak, pause for 3 seconds before responding. Don't fill the silence, just wait. Notice what happens. Notice what they say next. Notice what you hear that you would have missed. That's where connection lives, in the pause, in the presence, in the space you create. If this opened your eyes to something, subscribe. I share ideas like this every week. Ideas that change how you connect, communicate, and move through the world. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment. What's one listening mistake you are going to stop making? What's one technique you're going to try? Because learning to listen is a practice, and we're all practicing together. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.